Hey all, Tom Moran here from Tom's Big Spiders. This episode we'll be looking at my recent order from Eresus Spider Shop, a new tarantula dealer that has popped up fairly recently that has an amazing selection, that has a lot of people buzzing. I noticed they had a couple things I wanted, so I placed an order. However, that was a couple months ago. I waited because, as you'll see in the video, I didn't get a lot of footage of some of the things I got, and I was pretty excited about them, so I wanted to wait till I could at least get something to show off. But anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get into the actual video. All right, so we're going to do a quick unboxing from Eresus Spider Shop. Got a couple cool things in here that I've never kept before. I found these guys very recently when I was looking for some Salmopia species. Unfortunately, they sold out of the species I wanted before I could get it, but I've been kind of keeping an eye on them and decided to make a purchase. So I dealt with Matt. He was fantastic. I had a hard time using one of the codes on the board, and he just sent me an invoice for the whole thing. The order went through fine. They shipped exactly when they said they were going to ship. Now we're going to open up this little box of goodness and see what we got here. We're back to my old Bella song because I can't find where the other knives went. They got lost in packing. This will not have a heat pack in it because, amazingly, it's hot in California right now, which isn't so amazing, but in Connecticut right now it's, I think, 80 degrees outside, so did not need that. Here's the card for people interested. And you just let me know whether or not that looks super like washed out. It's got towels. Actually, we'll leave these here for what we're going to be rehousing later. Towels. Oh, okay, they're in here. Get these out of the way, and I think we're going to go and just do the rehousing right on top of this one. Usually we take a break and go walk, but we already walked. So the only problem with ordering tarantulas is that they have to come during the week, and I have to do this after work where I'm usually exhausted. All right, so we have our Pactra Dictator, which is one that I have not had before. We have Linothelli species Panama. I have not kept a Linothelli species yet. My buddy Luis speaks very highly of them. I've eyed them for quite some time. I've almost pulled the trigger before on them. A couple times, when I almost ordered them the first time, I actually thought they were tarantulas and then did a little more research. Yes, I was a little ignorant there. And then we have, this is the Phalanx, so Linothelli Phalanx. So what I've got for this one might be a little big. We'll have to see. You see the little guy in there? You can flip on this light too. There he is. And been looking for one of these for a while. Acanthoscuria geniculata. The last one I had was a mature male. It was sold to me as a Brocklehursti, where the one we call Brocklehursti in the hobby form is just a different coloration of geniculata. And I sent him off the breed. I don't know whatever happened to that, quite frankly. But we did not get babies, I don't think. And so now we're getting this one here. I can't wait to raise one of these up. All right, so what we're going to do actually is take a break because I'm going to set up a couple different enclosures because I think the ones I got aren't correctly sized for this one. When we come back, we'll go ahead and rehouse a couple of these. All right, so we're going to go ahead and rehouse these now. We're going to do it as one video, but I had to switch gears. So for the Linothelli Phalanx, what I've created here is something a little, unfortunately not particularly the prettiest thing because I had to rip that label off. But what they do is they web. They do a lot of webbing. So what I got here is a couple little fake leaves that can hide behind. Some willow branches up here that kind of make a little teepee so they can hopefully have many anchor points, or she can have many anchor points to web to, and then we'll hope it'll happen here. She'll start webbing up. And I did want to give her some distance because they do create very thick webs, so we don't want her to web all the way up to the top and make it kind of dangerous to open this thing up. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little more moisture in here. They do like the substrate moist. And we're going to try to get this one. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. If you can look, it's a teeny tiny little one. Might just cut the top of this off and just plant it in there. I wish I had scissors up here. All right, how can we do this intelligently?
All right, just take the knife.
because there's no way that me cut the knife in the middle of the air. Cut with the knife. So I lay this down. So if I just twist it, I can keep the spider from getting jounced all around. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll grab, where are my little tongs?
Are they right there?
Nope, it's going to come out anyway. Maybe get a little shot of it. Probably not. Hold on, let me turn on the light here. Right in there. Tiny little one. So what we'll do is we'll let that one come out on its own. And then I can pluck that thing out later. Or worst case scenario, she comes out and starts webbing all around here, and that's perfectly fine by me. Now let's do the Herpactera. Oh my, there's no, oh, usually there's a piece over top of that. Heads up with that. Wow, that's a big one. All right, so I don't know if you got a good look at it, but what I'm probably going to do, just to make this easier, is lay this one down in here, because there's not much for me. Usually what I can do is take the tissue out, but it's like right on top of me. Nah. Might just let this one come out in its own accord. I might have to get it a bigger enclosure. Right, unfortunately, not the most thrilling rehousings right now. All right, so next one we're going to do is the geniculata. See a little one right in there. She's got some stripes on it already. Nope, that's writing. There we go. I just let this one come out on its own too, because I don't think I can get a brush in there to get it out. So when in doubt, let them come out on their own. And last but not least, the Linothelli species Panama. All right, the other one did not have a piece of paper towel over the top of it. I'm a little worried about opening this one up now because I really don't want a spider bursting out of my hand. That little piece of paper towel on the top. Yep, there's nothing. All right, so we're gonna be careful with this one. Darn it, I was hoping to show these off, but unfortunately I can't play around. You can see it in there, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's about to come out, and I'm not going to stick my fingers in there and fiddle with it. So what we're going to do is just slide this down. So there you go. Over here, so she can come out under there. And what I got here is couple silk leaves, piece of cork bark, but not for a hide so much, so I can put some plants on for anchor points, glued some sticks to this to give it a place to web to. So hopefully what will happen is it'll come out, start webbing around here, and then web up and out. And again, the substrate is moist. They do prefer the moist substrate. Supposedly you miss down the webbing every once in a while, but I did put, one of the things I'm thinking of is because webbing is waterproof, they're going to web up to the point where even if I dump water in to try to moisten down the substrate, it's not going to go right through. So I did put some holes in the side, and I'm hoping what I can do is when I have to moisturize these things, stick these in there, wet it down that way. So unfortunately, no good pictures of what we got here, but what I will do is I will probably hold on to this video for a little while before I post it, and we'll try to catch some images of after they set in. That'll probably be the best way to go about it, because I'm not going to do anything right now that's going to end up with a spider loose in the house. And right now with that species being as fast as it is, I don't want to muck with it too much. So we'll leave it, we'll come back to it, but awesome purchase. Can't wait to grow these guys up. Thanks so much for Matt. It was a pleasure to work with. Just a heads up that the shipping can be, I got it from California, and the shipping can be a little bit high, and I'm not saying that as a knock on them, but just be aware that when you order, check with the shipping first to find out how much it's going to be, because it could be a pretty big chunk. But overall, great purchase. Very happy with these guys, and I'll be keeping an eye on the website to make future purchases. So there we go. Eresus Spider Shop. Awesome group of spiders here. So again, that was an awesome purchase. Really excited to have some of these Linothelli species. And one of the reasons I waited to post this one is I wanted to get some images of them to show off. So what we have here first is my Linothelli species Panama. This one I finally caught. I've fed it several times, but it's so quick. I usually, by the time I grab my camera, it disappears. But here I was able to catch it coming out, grabbing the cricket and pulling the cricket into its burrow. You can also see the copious amounts of webbing it has started. So very excited to see these guys start to web up and fill up their enclosures with webbing. Also, we have my Linothelli Thalix. This one is just the most adorable thing ever and shows how you can use cricket drumsticks or cricket legs to feed your tarantulas. I didn't have anything small enough for it. I was using pre-killed roaches cut up, and I decided, hey, while I was feeding some crickets up, let's just drop a cricket leg in. You can see it grabs this little cricket leg and runs away with it and goes into its burrow. It's been eating cricket legs, and now I think it's almost big enough to take down some of the small red runner roaches that I have. Now, as far as Eresus Spider Shop, awesome experience overall, and I will absolutely be ordering from them again. And to be very clear, I don't want to harp on this, but I know somebody's going to misunderstood. I am not knocking the cost of shipping. I have shipped to California before. I've ordered things from California before. It's pricey to ship FedEx next day across country. In this situation, I just want folks to be aware, because I've been doing these types of videos for many years, and I've had instances where people have come back and went, yeah, their stock is great, but I was shocked by the cost of shipping. Just be sure to check the cost of shipping. It's worth paying it. Make sure you buy enough to offset the costs. They have sales. If you sign on to their website, they have sales where you get a certain percentage off that completely offsets the cost of shipping. So just be wise when you place your order, and it shouldn't be a big deal. But again, just a heads up, and I'm sure as they get more customers, what you usually start seeing is the shipping rates come down as they're shipping to more and more places, and FedEx will hopefully give them a break. So awesome experience overall. Just a heads up on those little plugs on top. I don't know if they'll start doing that. That's just something I find that when you open up the enclosures, there's a little plug on top. It not only helps cushion the spider in packing, but gives you a chance to take the cap off, put the enclosure down or the shipping vial down, pull out the thing so you don't have a spider burst out onto you, because I have had that happen before. It can be a bit unsettling, especially when dealing with some of the more highly venomous species. All right, so that will do it for this one. As always, if you liked it enough to subscribe, very much appreciate it. Click the little circle up there. If you want to check out some more videos, see what I'm about, you'll find them in here. Also, if you take the time to comment, know that I will take the time to respond. It just may take a couple days. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, guys. We'll catch you all next time.